Welcome CMA candidates. My name is Brian Kessler and I am the owner of CMAguide.com. So today I want to talk to you about Gleim CMA review course. So Dr. Gleim since 1981 has developed his CMA review course and turned it into essentially the gold standard in the CMA review course industry. So I actually used his review course to pass a CPA exam in 2010. So I know from personal experience on how thorough and how effective Dr. Gleim's teaching methods and his review courses are. So I really am excited today to get to show you the ins and outs of what Gleim's CMA review course has to offer. So once you've purchased both parts of this Gleim CMA review course, you get 18 months access, which is more than enough time to sit for both parts and pass. So you also get the most multiple choice questions in the industry, which comes in at 2,900 plus. So and you also get 40 interactive essays as well to help you prepare you to sit for the CMA exam. So another outstanding feature that Dr. Gleim has to offer is his personal Gleim counselor. So this is somebody who's on call to answer your questions within 24 to 48 hours. So this is a great feature, great sign of customer service, and something that I highly recommend that you utilize. They also offer a pass or money back guarantee. So Dr. Gleim stands behind his product, and if you can't pass within 18 months, then they'll work with you to extend your access to their course. Gleim also offers some of the most comprehensive analytics that you'll find in the industry. So this means that as you're progressing through the multiple choice questions for each part, you'll be able to track which topics you're weaker or in which topics you're stronger on. So then you can go look at those multiple choice questions, identify the topics within the text, focus on the text, and then go complete some more multiple choice questions. So who is this course for? Well, this course is for anybody with a fairly strong accounting or finance background. Dr. Gleim does a great job of focusing on the key topics that you need to understand. So if you need a refresher on any of these topics, then the textbook is the perfect place to go to catch up on those. So yeah, let's take a look at the online software just so you can kind of get an idea of what everything Dr. Gleim has to offer you.
Okay, so let's take a look at the Gleim CMA online software. So the first thing you'll want to check out is the course help section. So this lays out the exact order of how you need to tackle all the information provided by Gleim. So obviously step one is diagnostic. So for the Gleim Online option, for each topic there's going to be a multiple choice quiz that you're going to take. And based on how extensive your background is in managerial accounting, you can take each of these quizzes, and then if you score very highly, then you can probably skip even studying on that topic. But for the majority of you, you're probably going to want to focus on the weaker areas and do all of the topics and all of the lectures just to make sure that you've seen everything and there's no surprises when you actually sit for the exam. Okay, so step two is comprehension. So this is going to be where you spend the majority of your time on all of the topics. So this is where you'll watch the audiovisual presentation, do the true-false quizzes, and review the outlines, and do a couple more multiple choice quizzes. Step three is application. So this is where you're going to begin preparing for the real thing. So you'll do a couple essays, and then you'll also complete a couple practice exams. So then the final step is your final review. So this is where you'll go to the exam rehearsal and then identify your weak areas by taking multiple practice exams that are modeled exactly like what you'll see on the real CMA exam. Okay, so let's take a look at an actual study planner session. So the first thing you want to do is set up the study planner. So this is where you schedule your exam. So I'll just say that I'm going to start studying on September 24th, and then I'll take the exam in a month. Okay. So then you'll save, and it's going to break out your study schedule for you. So let's return to the course. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the topics. So let's go with cost allocation techniques. So like I said before, step 1 is diagnostic, so you'll take a multiple choice quiz. So this quiz is very similar to what you'll see on the actual CMA exam, the software. So you get access to a calculator, which requires Java. You'll get the time value tables, which are provided for you. And then you can also mark this question for later review. And then you'll click the review button. And this essentially tells you where you're at, how many questions you've answered, and which ones you haven't. So this is just more of a double check for you. And it also identifies which questions have been marked for your further review. Okay, so then you'll go through and answer all of the questions. And then you'll go back to your study unit. And it will tell you, once you're done, it'll tell you your score and then your current progress and so forth. So step 2, again, is comprehension. So let's take a look at an audio-visual presentation.
For external reporting purposes, the cost of a product must include all of the costs of manufacturing a figure. Sales minus total variable costs is an important. Under variable costing, profits always move in the same direction as sales volume.
Costs on net income, which is partially hidden in inventory values under absorption costing, is emphasized by the presentation.
Okay, so as you can see, it's more of an interactive PowerPoint presentation, and you'll have voiceover that kind of walks you through the textbook. So you just follow along in your text, or you can print out the knowledgeable transfer outline and then follow along on there as well. So once you're done with the presentation, you can take a true-false study. This shows whether how well you were paying attention during the lecture, and then you can grade and go next and so forth. The next thing, like I mentioned before, is the knowledge outline, and this is just an electronic version of the text. So as you can see, it's very in-depth, provides examples, so goes over everything in great detail and is going to help bring everything together as you're going through the lectures. And then the final thing that you'll want to do for step 2 is the multiple choice quiz. So step 3, you'll begin taking essays. So let's take a look at a sample essay. So you'll be given a question, and then you'll type in your answer here, and then you can save it and then mark it and review it just like you'll see on the real exam. And then the CMA test prep is 220 question practice exams, which you'll want to do. And then there's also, every once in a while, additional Gleim Instruct supplemental videos. So these are videos featuring instruction of questions found to be the most difficult. So any of the trouble multiple choice questions that you see, they're most likely going to be included in these videos. Okay, so let's return to the study unit selection. So as you can see, Gleim monitors all of your results. So any of the true-false questions you answer, all the multiple choice questions, answers, and then your average score. So this, you'll want to come back and check and see where your lower average scores are, and based on that, then you need to focus on those particular areas. And you can do this by going to test prep, and then you can create a practice exam. So you'll see the topics where you're weaker in, and then you can manually select them, or you can just select them all and do a full exam that way. Okay, you can also create a study session, or you can view more in-depth analytics in your performance analysis. So unfortunately, I haven't had time to complete a study session, so there's nothing here, but it will be complex, broken out by topic, and give you percentages of correct answers and wrong answers. Okay, so let's take a look at the essay wizard. So again, this is just like what you saw before. You'll select your topic, and you can easily flip between topics and test more essay questions. So the audio review, this is something that is great for people who have a long commute every day or want to listen to lectures during lunch or even while at work. So what you can do is, instead of watching the audio-visual lectures, you'll download this MP3, load it on your phone, and then you can listen to it as audio instead of watching the PowerPoint slides. Okay, so the final step is to begin the exam rehearsal. So you'll want to do this in the last couple weeks before you sit for the actual exam. So this is the goal of the exam rehearsal, is to recreate the actual CMA exam setting. So this way you'll have it'll be real life conditions, so you need to focus on spending as little time as possible on each multiple choice question just to get yourself in sync with what to expect, and just get into the habit of getting through as many multiple choice questions as quickly as possible, and then spending the remaining time on reviewing those questions that you marked for further review. And then it also gives you an opportunity to crank out a few essays at the end, just like in the real exam. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that Gleim's online software has to offer. Let's take a look at the pros and cons that I found with the Gleim review course. Okay, so the cons that I found with the Gleim CMA review course are that it does require internet access, so you always have to have an active internet connection to be able to use this course, so they don't have anything that's offline. Another thing is that they do not currently have flashcards. I do know that they're in the process of developing these, so eventually they will be released. Also, their money-back guarantee is nice, but it does have some strict conditions that I would recommend that you read up on before purchasing the course. So the pros that I found with Gleim are that there is comprehensive review materials. You get 18-month access to their online program, which includes all their audio review, test prep, essay wizard, and exam rehearsals. They do offer the most unique multiple choice questions in the industry at 2,900 and 40 plus interactive essay questions. A unique customer service point that they also have is your personal Gleim CMA counselor. So this is an expert that was hired by Dr. Gleim to assist you step by step as you go through the exam process, and whether you have any questions on the Gleim materials itself. As I mentioned before, they do have a pass and money back guarantee, so as long as you follow the conditions, you are guaranteed to pass using Gleim's review course. And Gleim also has some of the most comprehensive analytics to help you track your progress. So if you can see where you're weaker, you can go identify those particular topics, find them in the book, and then prepare yourself better for those areas. So my overall suggestion for Gleim is that I think it's definitely the top review course currently on the market for CMA's candidates. So if you want quality review materials, thousands of multiple choice questions, and don't need extensive video classroom video lectures to keep yourself on track, then I really think that Gleim is probably the best option for you. So I highly recommend that you check them out, try their free trial, see what you think, and see if you agree with my review. Okay, so if you found this review useful, I would love it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm always releasing new videos about the CMA exam, and please go to my website as well, cmaguide.com, and there you can sign up for my newsletter, where you can get extra tips that you can't find anywhere else on my website, and just tons of extra content for everything you need to know about the CMA exam. So thanks again for watching.